He didn't wait for motivation. He became it. There's a story about a man who decided to quit his low-paying job so he could start working for himself. But here's the thing. He didn't have any skills, any connections, and absolutely no idea how to make money. So he did something crazy. Instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity or for someone to give him a chance, he decided to become the opportunity. This is the story of Ethan Walker, a man who became his own inspiration. Ethan Walker was an average guy in his late 20s living in a quiet town in northern Oregon. His days were filled with the mundane tasks at a dusty records office where he worked for a small government agency. As a clerk, his responsibilities were simple. Every day he scanned papers, typed reports, and sipped on the same chipped coffee mug. To those around him, he was an unremarkable figure. His colleagues rarely acknowledged his presence, and his boss hardly ever spoke to him. Most people passed by in life without anyone taking notice, and Ethan was almost one of them. But under the surface, something was stirring within him, a small, quiet voice that refused to be ignored. Day after day, Ethan noticed the lack of recognition and the absence of opportunities. He watched as others got promoted for doing the bare minimum while he was passed over despite putting in extra effort. He observed how his skills were taken for granted and how his ideas were overlooked. Slowly, a sense of dissatisfaction began to grow within him. Ethan started questioning his purpose. Why was he spending his valuable time and energy on a job that didn't appreciate him? He couldn't shake off the feeling that there was more to life than this. Deep down, a part of him yearned for something different, something better. But that desire remained dormant, suppressed by the weight of routine and the fear of change. In his personal life, things weren't much different. His social circle was limited to a few acquaintances from work. He spent most of his free time alone, either watching TV or scrolling through social media, seeking distraction from his monotonous existence. While he had dreams and aspirations, they felt distant and unattainable. The thought of pursuing them seemed too daunting and risky. So Ethan Walker lived on, day after day, trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, suppressing his true potential until one fateful day when everything changed. It was an ordinary day like any other until Ethan stumbled upon an unexpected source of inspiration. During his lunch break, he found himself aimlessly scrolling through videos when suddenly a title caught his attention. Your life won't change unless you do. Intrigued, he clicked on the video. In that moment, the words struck a chord deep within him, resonating with the unspoken desires that had been dormant for so long. As he listened to the speaker's words, something shifted in Ethan's mind. Those words became a catalyst, awakening a long, dormant determination within him. That evening, as Ethan sat in the quiet solitude of his tiny apartment, he made a decision that would change everything. With a newfound sense of urgency, he opened a blank notebook and wrote down a powerful statement. I don't need someone to push me. I'll be my own engine. From that moment onwards, Ethan's life took a decisive turn. He dedicated 1 hour every single night to his personal growth and development. He delved into the world of graphic design, immersing himself in tutorials, courses, and design software. Despite facing numerous failures, moments of self-doubt, and times when he felt like giving up, Ethan pressed on. He embraced the challenges as stepping stones on his journey, refusing to let them hold him back. As the weeks turned into months, Ethan's dedication and hard work began to pay off. He landed his first freelance client, earning $25 for his initial project. It wasn't much, but it was a start. With each new client he acquired, Ethan's income grew. He charged $50 for his next project and then $200 for designing a logo. His reputation as a skilled graphic designer started to spread, opening doors to more opportunities and higher paying projects. Meanwhile, Ethan continued to hone his skills, refining his craft and expanding his portfolio. He poured his heart and soul into every project, delivering exceptional results that left his clients impressed and eager to work with him again. As his business started to flourish, Ethan knew he couldn't keep working from home forever. He wanted a physical space where he could establish his brand and welcome clients. So with the profits he had saved, he decided to take a leap of faith. He rented a small office outside of town and officially launched his own branding studio, which he named Walker Designs. Word of mouth quickly spread about the quality of Ethan's work and the exceptional service he provided. Local businesses started seeking him out for their branding and design needs. As his clientele grew, so did his income. Within 2 years of launching his business, Ethan was making more than he had ever imagined possible. He had achieved financial stability and recognition in a field he had chosen for himself. Then something incredible happened. One day, Ethan received an email that completely caught him off guard. A popular podcast hosted by a well-known entrepreneur had reached out to him wanting him to be a guest on the show. The podcast featured rising entrepreneurs from various industries and had a huge listenership. When Ethan read the email, he couldn't believe his luck. To be honest, he hadn't been actively trying to seek attention. He had been focused on building his business and improving his craft quietly. But clearly his work had spoken for itself and his reputation had preceded him. On the day of the interview, Ethan found himself sitting across from the podcast host in a studio, ready to share his story with thousands of listeners around the world. The host asked him questions about his journey, his challenges, and the strategies he had used to succeed in a competitive world of graphic design. Ethan answered each question honestly and openly, sharing his experiences and insights with humility and gratitude. During the interview, the host asked a question that had been on Ethan's mind for quite some time. He asked, "So tell us about the person or event that inspired you to pursue your dreams and take the leap of faith." Everyone waits for such a moment, right? When the hero of the story appears and the spotlight shines on them, lifting them up. But that's not what happened to Ethan. With a slight smile, he replied, "Honestly, no one. There was no particular person or event that inspired me. No one supported me when I started. I was driven by the belief that if no one was going to push me, I would have to push myself." After the episode aired, Ethan's phone started ringing nonstop. New clients reached out to him, eager to work with the talented designer who had gained recognition on a national stage. His schedule became packed with projects and collaborations. Overnight, it seemed as if his phone was buzzing with opportunities. He had stepped into a realm where his skills were in high demand and his services were highly sought after. But amidst the whirlwind of success, Ethan remained grounded. He continued to deliver top-notch work, treating each project as if it were his first. His humility and dedication didn't change, even as his star began to rise in the industry. In the years that followed, Ethan's career flourished. He became a respected and sought-after graphic designer, leaving an indelible mark on the creative industry. His story served as an inspiration to many, proving that with sheer determination and relentless hard work, one can carve their own path to success even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow.